I'm Bill Garrity, the University Librarian and Vice Provost of Digital Scholarship. I want to thank you for being here today as we celebrate the recipients of this year's UC Davis Library Graduate Student Prize. Each of our awardees has made a tremendous impact through their community engaged scholarship, and we look forward from hearing more from each of them about their research. Thank you. In addition, it is so super to see so many of my library and other campus colleagues here this afternoon, particularly and including from our Library Leadership Board, Gary Novak, Diane Zimmerman, and Mike Gilson. Thank you very much. Mike in particular has donated support for this program, and I personally am very, very appreciative of him. So thank you, Michael. Before we begin, we should take a moment to acknowledge the land on which we are gathered. For thousands of years, this land has been the home of the Putwin people. Today, there are 3 federally recognized Putwin tribes: the Cachildehe Band of Wintun Indians of the Calusa Indian Community, the Quetzaldehe Wintun Nation, and the Yokadehe Wintun Nation. The Putwin people have remained committed to the stewardship of this land over many centuries. It has been cherished and protected as the elders have instructed the young through the generations. We are honored and grateful to be here today on their ancestral lands. Let us turn our attention to the impressive cohort of scholars we are here to honor today. Graduate students occupy a very unique place in the Academy as they participate in and bridge both the educational and research missions of campus. This prize, the Library Graduate Student Prize, recognizes not just research excellence, but those who have used library resources and expertise to create outstanding publicly engaged scholarship. By shining a spotlight on this work, the prize hopes to highlight the incredible impact that UC Davis graduate students are having on our local community, the state of California, and beyond through their research and scholarship. Today's awardees are helping connect communities across many domains: the environmental justice movement, scholars studying pre-modern and early modern cultures, and first responders working to better serve Spanish-speaking communities. I'm confident I speak for all of my colleagues when I say it is really inspiring for us to be able to support them and their research as they dig into archives, research databases, journal articles, and any other resource and expertise they need. This is one of the purposes for which libraries are created. So thank you to our 4 prize recipients and all the graduate students and postdoctoral scholars who have applied, for giving us the opportunity to be part of your research teams and support your work. It is truly an honor. I'd also like to thank our partnerships in public scholarship and engagement for their shared commitment to this new prize program, the committee who judged the applications, and the team who planned the prize and organized this afternoon's event. Now, I'm pleased to introduce UC Davis Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor Mary Krogan, who will share some remarks on behalf of campus. An experienced administrator with more than 30 years at the University of California, Mary has served as Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor of UC Davis since 2020. Provost Krogan is also a proud Aggie, having earned her own undergraduate degree at UC Davis. It is an honor to have you here and as we recognize the achievements of our graduate student scholars.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you all for being here. It truly is exciting to join you here today. I believe it's the second annual of hopefully many dozens more at least. So first, I'd like to thank the partners behind this prize, the UC Office of Public Scholarship and Engagement and the UC Davis Library. Thank you for all you both do to support our students, to support the campus, and the scholarship that takes place here. So we have nearly 7,000 graduate students at UC Davis, kind of a staggering number when you think of it, many of whom are examining scientific and societal issues. Our graduate students are important to our research, our training, our public service mission, and educational mission, and they make meaningful and significant contributions to both our campus and to humanity. That is why it is even more special to join you today to celebrate graduate students who are engaged in projects that delve into public health, environmental justice movements, and both pre-modern and early modern cultures. Of course, these outstanding students could not have completed their projects without the support of their faculty and our library's exceptional team. You help our students delve into complex issues facing society. You consult on their research and projects, and you help them access the country's largest research collection of more than 50 million items through our UC libraries. You connect our students with primary source materials, from around the world, and our students greatly benefit from the valuable expertise and partnership of both faculty and librarians digging into research right beside them. If you talk to a librarian, they will tell you that's the fun part of the job. It seems fitting during these challenging times when it's not clear that research is valued. I think you know what I'm referring to underscore how important research actually is to our daily lives. We have taken on research as part of our call to serve society. As a faculty member at UC San Francisco for 30 years and a principal investigator on multiple federal research grants, I want you to know that I personally understand the tremendous value that your work brings not only to our campus, our community, our state, but to humanity. The University of California, Davis is a public research university, and we will remain that. Research is our mission. Research touches our lives in countless ways every single day. What you do matters, truly matters. And in closing, I want to thank both our faculty and staff for the support you provide to our students who are on their path to learning and discovery. Your commitment to the success of others is beyond admirable. Congratulations to our student prize winners, and thank you for representing UC Davis with such excellence. I will say I'm not surprised, but very proud. Aggie to Aggie. And I look forward to seeing what you will accomplish in your careers, and please keep us posted. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Rios. I'm the Vice Provost for Public Scholarship and also a professor in the Department of Human Ecology. Thank you, Provost Krogan, for your inspiring words. So good afternoon. I'm excited to be here today to celebrate the achievements of our library prize winners. The work being recognized embodies the essence of public scholarship, which serves diverse populations through research and teaching. It employs interdisciplinary approaches and methodologies, and also focuses on issues of public significance. At UC Davis, public scholarship is about reimagining the land-grant university in ways that foster equal opportunity for all to produce knowledge. This includes valuing the lived experience of individuals, as well as uplifting the stories and perspectives of communities that have remained invisible for a long time in the academy. It's about catalyzing meaningful impact and how our faculty, our students, and our staff address real-world challenges and contribute to the greater good. It is a vibrant living process that reaches out, it touches lives, and makes a tangible difference. The four winners here today are a testament to the collective endeavor of a university that values excellence, fosters innovation and research, and champions public service. The diversity and depth of their projects underscores the incredible potential of our graduate students as the next generation of engaged scholars. As we acknowledge the winners and their accomplishments, I also want to extend my deepest gratitude to the mentors, the collaborators, families who have supported them every step of the way. Thank you also to our colleagues here at the library. whose partnership has made this award possible. Thank you, Bill. Thank you as well to the award committee and the team who put this event together. I'm also grateful to see members of our Public Scholarship and Engagement Advisory Council, our partners in the library and graduate studies, and our dedicated faculty whose meaningful scholarship inspire me to advocate on their behalf. This is extremely important at a time when much of the public has lost faith in higher education's commitment to its public service mission. The challenges that our society faces today are complex, but our students inspire us all and give us hope for the future. Congratulations to all of you for your outstanding achievements. Please join me in giving this year's second annual winners a round of applause. So let us now hear from the remarkable students who are being here honored today. And as I introduce each recipient, please join me in celebrating the contributions their projects have made and will continue to make in communities around the world. First is Maria Cruz, who is a doctoral candidate in public health sciences. I think you have some relationship to that as an Aggie. Her project titled Applying the Voices and Lived Experiences of Spanish-Speaking Latina Community in the Restructuring of the First Response Systems. That's a bit of a mouthful, but that's what dissertations are all about. Part of her dissertation research, this work aims to address a gap in current research by investigating the values, perceptions, and experiences of the Spanish-speaking Latina community regarding first response systems, including emergency medical services, firefighters, and law enforcement. Please join me in congratulating Maria.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maria Cruz. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a fourth-year PhD candidate in the Public Health Science Department. I want to take a moment to thank you for this funding award. It means a lot to be recognized for this work that I've been doing for 4 years. I said my research focuses on Spanish-speaking Latina community in California and how they face these unique challenges when it comes to accessing emergency services and public safety, particularly due to the fear surrounding ICE raids and potential deportation in this current administration. This fear often prevents individuals from reaching out for help and putting their safety and well-being at risk. This research aims to better understand the values and experiences of this community within first response in order to identify the barriers and improve how the services are delivered, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of language or immigration status, feel safe and supported during emergencies is crucial in creating a more inclusive, equitable system that truly serves everyone. Next, I want to thank the library and the Public Scholarship of Engagement for supporting me. The resources in the library have been helpful for my research, from accessing books to journals to databases and the many Zoom meetings that Megan did with me. Thank you, Megan. Honestly, I don't think this work would have been able to come to fruition without the library's continued support. This funding will definitely help me keep pushing for my future research. I also want to take my mentors, Dr. Bugs, Dr. Ko, Dr. Perez, and Dr. Rojas, who have been such great mentors, from advice into their constant encouragement. It's made a huge difference in keeping me motivated these past weeks and on track. I couldn't have asked for better mentors during this journey. And thank you, Dr. Pollack, for being here today. And of course, a big thank you to my collaborators, public health advocates. Working with you has been such a great experience and looking for the next step forwards. Lastly, I want to thank my friends, my partner, and my family who have been part of this journey, and your support and continued encouragement have been my motivation to continue and to show up as my entire self in this work. Once again, thank you to the library and all of you for being part of this today. I'm really excited to keep going in my research and where it may lead me. Thank you again.
Next, I would like to introduce Tara Pozzi, who is a doctoral candidate in environmental science policy. She was also a 2024 Public Scholarship Graduate Fellow. So good to see you again, Tara. She submitted a paper titled The Network Structure of Environmental Justice Social Movements. Her research investigates how environmental justice groups and agencies in the Sacramento and San Joaquin Delta build intentional partnerships through investing in relationships, working through trusted community partners, and co-designing grant programs. Please join me in welcoming Kirsten.
Hi, thank you for that introduction. It's so good to be here and to see you all. Thank you for coming. My name is Tara Pozzi. I'm a fourth year PhD candidate in the graduate group of ecology. And so I first learned about this prize, as Michael referenced, in the Public Scholars for the Future program. And it's really great to be here now, having gone through that and been able to submit a paper. And so this process was immensely helped by the library's resources. The focus of my paper was on collaborative partnerships between environmental justice organizations in the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, which is basically the area southeast of where we are right now. It's a really important location for water supply and biodiversity, and it's also home to almost 600,000 different residents. And so there has not been a lot of work so far on the social processes behind how environmental justice organizations partner. And so my work was really looking at that. And one of my major findings was that environmental justice groups really seek partners with shared priorities. So shared interests on issues like flood risk, air quality, extreme heat, and also organizations that are working close to them. And they also seek organizations that are broker organizations. So organizations that have connections to a lot of different organizations in the network. One surprising finding was there is no clear effect on the level of EJ commitment or the resources an organization has. And so some implications of this work that stood out to me is it's really important for organizations to focus on partnering around hyper-local issues and not necessarily just environmental justice broadly. Another important aspect of this is really working through those known broker organizations to help spread information and support the environmental justice movement in the Delta. So through writing this paper, I got a lot of help from the library, which I'm very grateful for. I went to a literature review workshop back in November of 2023. And that's when I first learned that you can actually meet with research librarians. So I followed through with that, and I met with Emily Atkinson, who really helped me just learn how to navigate the library's website and told me about the different databases and how to do keyword searches. And so I took what I learned from her and worked on a draft of that paper, got some feedback from collaborators, and then I attended dissertation day this past year and met another research librarian, Beth Tweedy, who helped me fill in some gaps in my literature review. And this was really helpful because I was new to the subject of environmental justice, and I really wanted to get a comprehensive understanding of this area when writing my paper for this. I also have really appreciated help from the UC Davis Data Lab, which is also part of the library. So I've attended the Davis Our Users group for the last 4 years, and they helped with different parts of this analysis. So I wanted to give them a shout out as well. Another aspect of this paper that I really enjoyed was I got to mentor 2 undergraduate women in their first ever research experience. And so they both helped with different aspects of the data collection process. And now they've moved on and graduated from Davis. And so that was a really great part of working on this. I also want to thank my collaborators on this project. So one is Dr. Jessica Rudnick, who was a Sea Grant extension specialist in the region and had a lot of important information and knowledge and relationships with environmental justice groups. And so she helped a lot with writing of this paper, as well as my advisor, Dr. Mark Lubell, who helped a lot as well. Throughout the construction of this paper, I worked with environmental justice organizations and a state agency in that region to get feedback from them and also to hear their thoughts on some of the findings that we had from our paper. So with that, I just want to emphasize how helpful the library has been and how grateful I am to be up here and to have gotten this award. So thank you all.
Finally, I would like to introduce Mikhaila, Redovian, and Kirsten Schuhmacher, who are doctoral candidates in English literature. Their digital exhibit titled Worlds Encompassed, Pre-Modern Making and Mingling was designed to underscore the cosmopolitan nature of the pre-modern period and foster a deeper sense of connection between this period and students who see themselves as part of Japanese, Chinese, Indian, or Mesoamerican heritage, much of which is left out of Western narratives of the pre-modern period. Please join me in congratulating Mikhaila and Kirsten.
So I think it makes a little bit of sense to first start by thanking everyone for putting on such a beautiful event. But I also wanted to note that this project grew out of a collaboration between the Medieval and Early Modern Studies program, colloquially known as MEMS, and the library archives and special collections. And the project that we were able to expand on began as a physical exhibit in the library. And so that's kind of, I'll be speaking a little bit about how we got from the physical exhibit to our online companion. But like all journeys of 1,000 miles, the project began with a simple step. And for me, that step was coming in to visit the library in the summer of 2023 when I was working as a graduate student assistant to the MEMS program, and also doing a lot of reading and checking out a lot of books, studying for my preliminary exams. And there was a really fabulous exhibit that was placed near the circulation desk. And as I was reading and uncovering a lot of the complex trade networks, the global entangled roots of cultural influence through a lot of my preliminary exam reading, I was really coming to understand better that the period that we know as kind of the European Renaissance was really deeply influenced by a variety of cultures that were thriving during the same time, and the early modern period kind of begins in right around 1500 and kind of extends through 1750. Though I think all of those dates are up for debate, so don't, easy to nitpick there. But as I had this experience, kind of recognizing the limitations of my own historical knowledge, I realized that if here I was, a second or third year PhD student, if I had these gaps in my knowledge, others likely did too. And so I made the recommendation, the suggestion to Tiffany Worth, the director of the MEMS program, that it would be really exciting to be able to put an exhibit in the library similar to the one that I had seen and been inspired by. And luckily she was on board, and luckily the fabulous folks in the Shields Library were also on board. And so we began designing the physical exhibit, and that wouldn't have come together without the incredibly hard work of Christine Chang and Jenny Hodge, who are two of our archives and special collections librarians, through many hours spent in the special collections reading room, through a lot of fortuitous and joyous kind of discovery and some incredible recommendations by Jenny and Christine, the physical exhibit took place. So the only downside was that in designing this physical exhibit, we knew that it would have a limited lifespan. It would only be on display for so long. And so that is where my wonderful colleague Kirsten kind of comes in, and we thought, with all of the work that we had done, and with our goal of making the early modern period more accessible and recognizing the cosmopolitan history, how could we extend the lifespan of this project? And so our goals for our online companion mirrored a lot of the original ethos of the goals that we had for the project. So we really wanted to highlight the richness of the global early modern period. We wanted to underscore the vast and varied collections that are available to students in special collections. And we wanted to make those all of those resources slightly more public, both to the rich diversity of faculty and graduate students who are studying the pre-modern period here at UC Davis, also to colleagues who are working in academic fields beyond Davis. And, ultimately, hopefully, the idea is that these will also be useful and available to the public. In some cases, it can be difficult to know what is in the collection if you don't already know what to look for. And so we were hoping that our online digital resource might make some of that more accessible. So I'd like to thank the work that we did on the physical exhibit and on the online companion were generously supported by the Medieval and Early Modern Studies program, as well as a Jack Hicks Award from the English department. And of course, all of this work also wouldn't have been possible without my colleague who, in addition to providing, I think, a lot of technical acumen, has also been incredibly collegial and a lovely friend.
Yeah. Okay, made me cry. Okay, so no, it's okay. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mikhaila, for your wonderful words. I want to just second that so much of this work came together in part because of the collaborative community here at UC Davis and also just in the library itself. I think working with everyone here has been such a pleasurable experience and one that I would recommend to anybody who hasn't done it. So Mikhaila talked through kind of the history and the development of this project, and I just want to take a second to expand on the creation of the digital exhibit and what it means to create public-facing work as an academic scholar. So translating physical media to a digital means is never a simple task, and that's especially true for work that is meant to inform, to educate, and to elucidate on these cultures and people and places that are often left out of some of our historical canons. And so in shaping the digital exhibit portion of the project, Mikhaila and I consistently face questions of intellectual property, access and accessibility, audience and purpose, and how to produce public-facing work that didn't just posture, but actually perform public engagement. Thinking through and responding to these questions shaped the platform on which we created the digital exhibit, the language we used when writing about our pre-modern artifacts, the setup of the website to be aesthetic, functional, and educational, and then the purpose of the site to not only illustrate the rich moments of cultural exchange, but also to make those moments, as Mikhaila explained, easier to find within the UC Davis Library's archives and special collections. And while we cannot possibly know all of the afterlives of this project, our hope with making a responsive, aesthetic, and accessible digital archive was to ensure that students, scholars, and potential pre-modern hobbyists had a resource at their disposal that endured beyond the obsolescence of any physical archive. The Worlds Encompass digital exhibit was created as a free, open access platform that highlighted the rare and wondrous materials found in archives and special collections and ensured that these materials could, one, be seen by a larger audience and inspire that audience to take interest in the pre-modern period, and two, to emphasize the importance of archival and in-person research to novel discovery and exciting academic inquiry. As scholars and educators of the pre-modern period, it is of paramount importance that the work we produce and give to students keeps in mind the various backgrounds, experiences, and ways of knowing that our students bring to our UC Davis and broader community. These very perspectives are often as numerous and as rich as the perspectives found in the pre-modern period, yet students who do not regularly take classes in Davis's various humanities disciplines are often unaware of this richness and liken the period to a monolith where only one religion reigned and only one type of person produced work. The Worlds Encompass exhibit has consistently sought to dismantle the notion of a monolith and present the capacious nature of the world as it has always existed in recorded history, especially as our students continue to face a great deal of uncertainty in their day-to-day life and their education. Emphasizing that there have always been diverse ways of being in and of the world is one of the ways that this work provides alternative pathways through uncertainty and does not seek to only reaffirm the status quo. As our modern moment continues to see the past weaponized to produce nostalgia grounded in a kind of monolithic culture and way of being, our exhibit sought to create an enduring reminder that that monolith never existed, and one only need to spend time in archives and special collections to see the rich diversity that has always shaped and informed the world we live in. We hope that our digital exhibit broadens access to rare materials found in archives and special collections, and it inspires its audience, regardless of who they are or where they come from, to re-examine the period by working in physical library spaces and spending time with rare materials that have always enriched our world. Thank you.
Let's congratulate all our prize recipients. Now, before I release you to enjoy the refreshments, mingle, and avoid going back to the office, I'd like to invite Provost Krogan up to assist and help with awarding our prizes to each of the recipients. So I think, Mary, you stand here. So as I call each of your names, intern, please come forward to receive your certificate and take a photo with the Provost. Once you got your award, you know, look at the front, so we can conclude with the final group photo of all of you with the Provost. Sound good? Okay, so first, Maria. Tara. And our trooper, Mikhaila.